All right. So this is the second video in this series, just getting you familiar with your new Android system. Now that you've connected to the internet, the next thing we want to do is just go into Kodi. So Kodi is the application that we're going to be using for most of the content viewing or the streaming. And I'm doing that just by navigating down to the lower left corner where there's the white K on the blue diamond, and I'm just clicking OK on the keyboard. And this will launch up Kodi. So you may see actually while it's loading some messages across the screen just saying add-ons are being updated. That's by design. Don't concern yourself with that. The Kodi is designed to actually automatically update your add-ons so that you have the most recent one. By default, when you open up, you'll start on the add-ons page. Most of you probably won't recognize a lot of these, but I'll cover this a bit later and actually in its own video. For now, what I want to do is I just want to scroll or move my cursor to the right. And I'm going to start on the quit menu. And what I'm going to do in this video is just really briefly cover each of the menu items that you should see in your system. I'll have dedicated videos for each of these menus, but I just want to give you an overview so when you turn on, you know a little bit what to do. So quit, clicking OK to go into the menu is essentially just that. It will quit me back to the home Android screen. So I click escape to close down a menu. Escape on the keyboard. Go into settings. Settings is really where you'd want to go to change the appearance or add new add-ons or maybe change the menu items. Most of you probably won't need to go into this, but I will have a dedicated video explaining some of the settings in here. So escape to go back to the main menu. Weather again, simply just a 4-day forecast for weather. It is set up or configured for Vancouver. If you want to change or add new cities, I'll explain how to do that in a later video. Live TV. So for those of you that are interested in, watching TV in sort of the classical way with the TV guide, this is where you'd want to go. Right now it's set up to watch sort of UK and US channels. There are a few Canadian channels in here, but not many. So what you do is you just go down, you navigate through, and you can see that I guess a little bit of brief description. You click on the OK to launch into the show, and it should come up. And once it's actually loaded, let me just actually. There, I had to turn up the volume there. To stop a program, you're going to press the letter X on the keyboard. That's a shortcut. So the letter X stops the program and brings you back to the menu. And then again, escape on the keyboard takes me back to the main menu. British TV. This is simply a playlist that is mapped from the Phoenix add-on. Had a number of customers that actually like watching British TV series, so they've asked for an easy way to sort of find a number of them. Again, all you do is you navigate down to the show with your arrow keys. You go into a season here. This was a good show I liked when it was on the air. It's kind of funny. In this particular add-on or show, it brings up 4 streams based on the video quality. So I'm just going to choose a 720p. And then, the show starts coming in. So again, X to stop the show. And then from here, if I pressed escape, it'd take me right back to the main menu. But I want to show you another shortcut, which is the back button on the keyboard. So right over on the right hand side below the delete button, you'll see a back, and what that does is actually goes back to the previous menu. So escape takes me back to the main menu, such as this, and back allows you to go back to the previous menu. You're going to need to know both of those, especially as you start navigating through the TV shows and whatnot. You may not want to always go back to this menu. You want to just go back to the previous one to do another search or to find another show. So you're going to click on the back button for that. Kids movies, very similar to the British TV. Playlist, this again is also linked to Phoenix, which is a great add-on. This is designed for any of those that may have kids or have kids coming over that may want to use the system. It's just a very easy way for them to find a movie that they want to watch. Again, all they got to do is click on it. So they go down and say, okay, I want to watch this one. This particular source brings up only 2 links. So you just click on one. And hopefully it will start up. Oh, yeah, we've watched this one already, so I'm going to resume it.
Power beyond anything you can imagine.
So again, X to stop. Let me go back to the main menu. You notice that it actually had a resume function on there. So if you have watched a show and you do stop it, you can actually resume where you left off, which is another cool feature. So again, escape to the main menu. Now both of these, actually any of these menu items that don't appeal to you, you can actually remove them or change them in that settings menu that I showed you earlier on. I'll show you how to do that in a later video, but it is something to know that you can customize how the look and feel of your home system here. Okay, so movies and TV shows I'm going to cover really quickly here. This is where most of you will spend your time. They're linked to the Exodus add-on, which is one of the better add-ons out there for watching TV shows and movies. And you can see when I click into TV shows that I'm presented with a number of sort of subcategories of how I want to sort of look for shows. There is a search option down at the bottom. I'll show you when I get to the movies. But if I just click into most popular, and let's say Stranger Things, this was a great show released by Netflix in July. For those of you who grew up in the 80s, you'll like this show. Again, you just click into the episode that you want to watch. Now, by design, your system is designed to bring back a list of streams. And I'm just going to show you the bottom. You have 190 streams here, so there's going to be a lot of options for you. You can choose to just navigate, and once you get used to what these ones are, so if I click on this open load, it should start playing. But you can also configure this menu to autoplay. Now, generally, we don't deliver them with autoplay set up because we like to see how fast your internet is and how stable your internet connection is to determine what level of default play you want to do. So you can set it up for 1080p or 720p and whatnot. So we like to give you a few days of playing around with it to make sure that there's no buffering or whatnot before we. I'm just going to close this down here. Before you put it onto autoplay. But I'll cover that in the TV shows, movies, video. There's a lot of other things that you can do to make the streaming experience quite a bit better. So actually I've been pressing the back button. What I'm going to actually do is go back to the escape and then go into the movies. Again, movies is going to look very similar to the TV show interface. But what I want to show you here is the search functionality. So this is this really highlights the value of the keyboard that you should have received with your system. So instead of having to scroll down to each letter and type it in or press OK, I can actually just start typing out. So I'm going to look for Deadpool. And this will bring me back my 2 findings. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that you don't have to have the exact title. So I put Deadpool and I bring it back 2. If I had written Deadpool colon a typical Tuesday, I would have only got 1, and potentially if I wrote a typical Tuesday, I might have only got this one. So when you are searching, it will actually search for any of the words that you put in the title of the movie. Again, I'm going to just launch into this to make sure it's working. Let's just try one of these 1080p's, see how this comes up. So you should start seeing it play pretty quick. If you've got a good internet connection, you shouldn't have very many issues. And then to jump ahead, I'm just going to type in a time on my keyboard, so 10 minutes, and I can jump ahead to the 10-minute mark of the movie.
Deadpool may try to break yours.
Okay, so I'm just going to press X to stop, and then escape to go back. So add-ons, most of you probably won't need to use this very much. If you want to do some streaming sports or streaming TV shows, this is probably where you would find most of the add-ons. And I have 8 up across the top there. We have a lot more down below. Also, if you're going to do any troubleshooting, or if you want to check your internet speed, this is where you'd go into programs here, and video is for some video add-ons. But really, this is designed for probably those of you that want to stream sports, and I'll have some dedicated, actually it's not this one I want to show because there's no sports on it this time of day. I'll go into UK Turks playlist and just show some of the channels. One I like to show is the golf, just to show that we can get some high quality. I've had a few questions around whether or not we get the golf channel in high quality. So you can see this guy offers up a ton of TV channels. I don't think one's okay. So they're in a commercial break. They'll be right back. But trust me, it does. It does work. Well, this is actually streaming from the Golf Channel. So, again, most of you will probably not need to use this unless you are interested in streaming some live sports and whatnot. And I'll have a dedicated video on the sports section as well. So I'm just going to close off that. The music is another good menu. It has a bunch of different music add-ons. The ones I like the most are the Django and the radio. Django you can actually set up based on artists, and it'll just go through playlists. So if you like the Beatles or whatnot, you just punch that in, and it just goes through artists that are similar to the Beatles. Similar with radio, you can choose any radio station in the world essentially, or radio based on categories. I'll bring this up. So you can browse by city, so you can just start playing any of these. I don't know. And a lot of times I just have this on in the background to start, just have some music in the background. You can also have a little bit of some graphics, visualizations, telling you what the song is and whatnot. I'll have a video dedicated to the music, but just to know that it's there, I actually do have the music playing in the background a few times. Excuse me, when I, maybe working or doing something like that. So it is a good feature to have. Okay, so finally I have the remote support. This is probably the one differentiating feature between our boxes and other boxes you may have, is that we like to be there to help you out and support you. So we have this quick button that launches in to remote support option. And what this does is it allows you to give me that ID that shows up, so 861.175.5222, and I can connect, and then it says, would you like to allow this person to remote support? You say allow, hopefully, and then you say allow again, and now I'm going to put down my keyboard here and take control by my computer. So from this point I can actually just drive the system. So if you're having any issues, or if you just even want a demo of how to do something, or if you want to change some things around, this is a great way to allow us to help you out and get it done pretty quickly. And then once we're done, let me just click into this. You can actually initiate the cancel. So you want to close the connection, and you say yes. And that basically closes the connection. Actually, the problem was I closed it from my side, so let me just close it from this side here, and I'll do it here, and just to show you. There you go. So that's it, and then I'll just get back out of here, and you're back to Kodi. So now you should be on your way, and that's all you need to do. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section of the video. And again, please look for some of the other videos that will help you have a better experience or get better understanding of your Kodi system.